Well, hello, lords and ladies. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Liam. Good morning, Sunwalker. All right, well, good morning, Jeremy. Cheers. So, what do we got on the docket for today? Well, today, all about that slow grind in that snow cave. We're going to bring both of our rifles, shotgun. I am a fan. I am quite the fan. $314. Let's get some. Okay. Do you want to make one for the brakes? I put gunpowder down here. Probably not elevator music, but it's a good thought. It's a good start. Yeah, you didn't hear the music? Did you have the music turned on? Should have came through. Did everybody else hear the music? Yeah, I'd have to go in and grab the audio file. You didn't hear it. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these dire wolves. Yeah, it should have been playing. Yeah, it could have been something on your end. I hear that. But, like I said, we got the slow grind of to get a little bit more out of him. Alright, what else do we need? We need a full set of fur. I don't know why. So there was a couple updates, and I didn't see what the actual updates were to Ark. Hopefully it's, dear Lord, make that snow cavern a little bit easier. I did see that one of the biggest mods out there, or one that everybody's using. Somebody, I think there's like 5 different versions of them now, built cryopod mods. So technically, we could get cryopods into this. I don't think I'm going to do it for right now. I like to keep it, you know, as intent, you know, as vanilla as we can based off of what we're playing. So, the Swamp Cave cave went really, really well and really, really terrible all at the same time. And what do I mean by that? So, we got all our saber-tooths in position, and they fell through the cave. So we couldn't use them at all. However, we were able to beat the dungeon we were able to beat it more like a tavern music would be good, I think. Yeah, we were able to beat it pretty easily on foot. Two, three, four, five. Got all 5 there. So that was... The good news is we beat it pretty easily. The bad news is we lost all those saber-tooths. So, we theoretically could have tried to go back and find them, but... Oh, we need some spark powder. Spark powder would be okay. So yeah, so literally the only thing we're waiting on now is well, right now I'm working. Well, it's not Ark 2. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I don't have to come up here. It's definitely not Ark 2. Because Ark 2 is supposed to take place either on Earth or on the new planet. And I think it's actually the new planet that Ark 2 is going to be taking place. And I don't want to, if anybody's planning on reading the story, I don't want to kind of give away the story of Ark, which is a fantastic story. For anybody that's never played the games or never experienced it. Ark has a really fantastic story. But yeah, this is not Ark 2 or but I would say it's the original Ark, which is why I don't want to put cryopods in yet, because they will definitely release all the other maps for Ark. It would be surprising if they didn't for Ark Ascended. They didn't release all the other maps down the road. Yeah, I'd be very shocked if they didn't. Is it a cash grab? Yeah, a little bit. It is. Because they could have just... I mean, yes, I mean, it's... Yes. But, for all the work they put into the game to... I mean, they basically reskinned it. Yeah, but it's interesting to know. Well, see, yeah. I'm a big story guy. I like the stories in games. It helps me get into the immersion. God, I hate this fog. I gotta turn this thing off one of these days. Fog is gonna be really good for PvP. I really don't like it for PvP. it looks beautiful, but again, it's $40 for a game that most people that like Ark have already paid for. So, oh, I forgot I even have to take my metal spikes. It's gonna get interesting. Let's do a dump. So, is it a little bit of a cash grab? Yes. It's really going to depend on how they do the other maps, right? So if they do the other maps, like they're $40 or $20 to $40 a pop, that's a cash grab. That's then again, they're redoing mechanics. They're redoing, not completely, but they're redoing a lot of things. So. The problem is regular Ark didn't need it. Right? Regular Ark was good on its own. They needed to move to Ark 2. I think you're gonna have to. I think, unfortunately, that's gonna be a real thing. And I think it's going to be $20 to $30 a pop. I would assume. And they're having a lot of issues right now because they've had delays and they've had like the console launch has been keep getting pushed back, and I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, it's not. Not great, but you know. Well, 20 for a game, so you're basically buying the game twice. So the way I look at it is, right, so we paid what, $30, $40 for the original game. Now we paid $40 for this game, so technically I paid $70 for Ark. You know, there's. I don't know. It's. Boy. The clouds are out today. Jeez. Which makes it really hard to find. But yeah, so it's basically you're buying it twice, and it's like. Now, granted, technically I'm farther along in this Ark game than I was in the 1,000 hours I put into the original Ark. Because we never did the bosses or anything. We just fussed around for about 1,000 hours. So yeah, technically I'm farther along in this game than I am in. Yeah, we would just build things and tame dinosaurs. So technically I am farther. This fog is terrible. Like, it's gonna be great. Like I've been saying, it's gonna be great for PvP, but on single player, it sucks. It's bad, man. It's bad. You know, it's really bad. It's bad for streamers too, because you know, there's nothing worse than looking at just a gray screen. It's like, okay, what's happening? I have no idea. It's a gray screen. You know. Move him in position. So we got to be careful, because obviously we're having that problem. We had that problem with. And also, I'm just boosting these guys up. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna try my original strategy. Oh, it goes black sometimes. It goes, your screen goes completely black. You're just sitting there going, okay. And like it's on mountain, so like there was a few times we had to just sit on top of that mountain for 20 minutes and wait for the storm to pass. And it's like, okay, that's not very engaging. It's not very, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty. It just, and it's really going to be, I think where that fog is really going to come into play is multiplayer, right? PvP, right? Where all of a sudden you're in a thick fog, all of a sudden an enemy team comes out of nowhere and uses the fog to their advantage to move their troops into position and attack you during the fog, right? So all of a sudden you see nothing, and all of a sudden you see a Giga in your face eating you, and it's like, oh, hello. Yeah. No, and I don't know for sure, but if the fog, see, it would be cool if the fog prevented you from being seen by wild dinos too, right? That would make it a little bit more interesting, but I don't think it works that way. But yeah, it's so. That would be cool. So you can sneak past a Giga or something like that, but I don't think it works that way. So it's a cool feature. It's interesting. It's just not fleshed out fully, and it's, again, for single player, it's like, you know. All right, we're gonna get all these dire wolves over there, and then we're gonna again attempt to run this dungeon. Jeez. And this is it. Once this dungeon's done, we're going to move on to then we got the dragon fight, and then we got the tech fight, and that's it. That's we can just get through this dungeon. So no matter how long it takes us, we're going all the way through this time. Hopefully nothing respawns behind us. I did find out that mammoths do harvest wood really well. You just have to use the right command for it. Same thing I learned at Therizinours. Remember we have that issue with, we couldn't get, actually I learned a lot about the Therizinours this morning in a quick little clip. Therizinours, the ones that we're using for our boss fight, can be specifically trained and upgraded in their soft attack or power attack, which you would think that would result to damage. It doesn't. It's all about what they can harvest. So you can set it for the hard stuff, which is wood and thatch, and they actually get better, and I'll show you what I mean, because we're going to have to go and lay our egg, get our 11 out of 17. So they were. So the biggest thing about mammoths are they have a 75% weight reduction, right? Which is, but you can't get, so their tusk attack, which is the one that we've been using, that's for getting thatch. Their ground stomp, which you have to hit spacebar, that's for getting wood. Same thing with the Therizinours. We couldn't get any berries from it. I'm sitting there going, that makes no sense. How do they're herbivores, how do they get, berries in the wild? It's because you have to hit a different button for them to get berries and not wood and thatch. But they're fantastic gatherers. Like, they really are good gatherers. Therizinours. Like, really good gatherers. So, yeah. I didn't know that there was separate buttons for it. Because that used to not be at least now that I can remember, it wasn't the case. Now it is. So, again, it's, there's changes, you gotta get used to them. But I like the fact that you can upgrade the Therazinors. And it's you get one upgrade point per level that you level up. So it's separate from your stats. You can still level your stats the way you want to, and upgrade the Therazinor to be a berry picker or a thatch and wood picker. And they're good at both. So, and I think they're the only ones that have this ability. Okay, you're ready to mate. So if you go into their harvesting, plus 39. I got plus 39 points. So I can go a delicate harvest. Yeah, it's delicate or power. Delicate would be berries and stuff. Power would be, and you just, they get a bonus that you can put in so they can get more. And this, yeah, I'm just leveling up right now. Plus 49 levels. So now he gets a bonus. 30. Oh, he's 136.6%. And that also will take into account your melee damage. So we're just gonna let him mate real quick. So yeah, so that's a cool system, and it's good if you have one of these guys. Obviously, they're a beast, right? They're just as powerful as T-Rexes, and they're herbivores. So if you can catch a high level one of these guys early on, they're fantastic at thatch. They're fantastic at berries. They're all around a fantastic team. Highly recommend getting one. They're fantastic. Even though we don't need them as much as we used to, especially now that I know that mammoths can harvest with their ground stomp. It's, well, they gave some dinos intelligence. It's like they forgot that when the squid came around. I'm still bummed about the squid, although I don't know if some of the patches that they just put out changed it and made it better. Those squids are terrible. They're really god awful. The weight reduction's nice. I gotta get my my otter better, because as you notice, we put some of our ammo in him, but his weight is so terrible that. But he'll give you 50% weight reduction for anything that you put in there. Doesn't matter what it is. He gets a 50% weight reduction. So he's really, really good to have. Plus, he gets you huge insulation. So, I mean, again, the downside is the weight. The weight is very, very small. So, but still, if you're looking for the best, if you ever wondered what the best dino in the game is, talking about utility and everything like that, it's the guy I'm riding right now. He's not the strongest, but man, his utility is out. No, I would disagree. I would disagree. Durability is the worst thing in any game. I like weight. You know, if especially in a game like this, right? So if I had unlimited weight, there would be no point to a lot of things, right? You would throw the entire mechanism off of the entire game. And not only that, it makes it so if you die, that's it. You just lost everything. So it actually helps. It helps people that like to hold on to everything, right? Because if you go and die, that's it. You've got it all on you. You've lost everything. Every death, you're basically restarting from scratch. You know, except for the buildings that you built. If all your resources are on you. Plus, I like the fact that weight limits what I can bring to a fight, right? So if I had unlimited weight, I could just stack my character full of shotgun shells and Yeah. Well, and usually we're playing on a setting where it doesn't, like for you, it doesn't matter, right? But where does that really come into play? When we played Kepler, right? It screwed us a few times, you know. So having everything on you is not a it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's a huge gamble with really no reward, right? Because they have so like S Plus, this game has a an automatic pull from storage, right? So you don't need to have it on you. You just put it in storage, and you can build with it as long as it's and it's a pretty. My understanding, it's a pretty big range. So why keep it on you? It just makes it harder to find people. But no, I get what you're saying. And if it's single player, then yeah, you know what I mean. And if you're playing single player, then yeah, if you want to have everything on you, and Ark's one of those things you can change it, right? You can set yours to be. I mean, I've seen it in people's how-to videos. They've got 999999999 weight, and they got like 1 point in it. You're playing single player, you can do that, and not have to worry about weight. Usually, I do a little bit more for weight. I mean, I'm already at 400. I put a lot into weight this time, but usually if I'm playing, like if I wasn't playing on stream, I would probably boost that up. Instead of getting, I think I get 1 point or 2 points per tick. I would boost it up by 5. Yeah, Valheim's another one that and Valheim has no mechanism to alleviate that, right? So like this game has